Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are looking at the SpeederVan. Not only the SpeederVan, but we're going to re-hit the Speeder truck, mainly because I know that we hit the Rebel Speeder truck, but we did not hit the regular Speeder truck. The unfortunate part for the SpeederVan really kind of comes down to the fact that we just have one little blip here on the Wikipedia. When it comes down to just a speeder van is a type of speeder vehicle. A light van, which we can hit that, was a model of speeder van. When we hit onto the link here in Wikipedia, the light van is a model of speeder van. A group of pirates used the light van on the planet Killeen during an attack on the Gaiaki arena. Manager Lyle Lunn. Uh, but were stopped by Jedi Masters Adi Gulia and Yoda, resulting in a speeder crash into the streetlight. Now, that's all we really get here. And in the book here, I don't have anything to expand on it. It's just the stats, which is another reason why I usually kind of go to Wikipedia. We do have listings on some of this stuff as far as what pages some of this stuff comes from. And I've done that in the past, but quite often it's for a module here of something going on. Now for the light van here, that's actually out of a story, so we're not going to get a real big write up as to what it all encompasses as. We do have the stats in the D6, but I don't have anything to really expand upon it. So going from there. Now, when we get on over to the speeder truck, most of what gets brought up here, and I'll read through it, is really going to be the Rebel Alliance speeder truck. So we'll just kind of take that all with a grain of salt because we've already hit the Rebel Alliance speeder truck, where it is now a little bit more armored, as well as actually having a cannon on top. And if you're looking at this and you actually see the picture, it does have a blaster cannon of some sorts on top. Now, a speeder truck, also known as a truck speeder or hover truck, or a repulsor truck, was a type of land speeder that typically had extra room for cargo or storage. The repulsor craft was large in comparison to typical land speeders and speeder bikes, and models included the AA4B speeder truck owned by Molech, as well as the AA5 speeder truck used by the Rebel Alliance to restore the Republic. Speeder trucks were known for having stronger anti-grav generators that than the typical land speeder, but were lacking in acceleration. When escaping from the Imperial scout troopers on Lothal, alongside the bounty hunter Bosk with a speeder bike, Ezra Bridger drove into a tunnel in the opposite direction, necessitating him to evade a sanitation repulsor truck amongst other repulsor lift vehicles further down the tunnel. Bridger encountered a wide and tall repulsor truck that forced him to swing his speeder close to the tunnel ceiling to avoid hitting it. Cargo speeders are also repulsor lift vehicles that transport cargo. And another one that we get to see is in Kenobi. So in the series Kenobi, when Obi-Wan, as well as a very young Princess Leia, actually go onto the back of a repulsor truck, there was an open an open back repulsor truck that then end up picking up some stormtroopers. So there's a wide variety just in like today's, you know, standard world. A wide variety of looks and types and everything else. This is just taking it down to the bare bones basic version of it. So, with that, let's get into our D6 stats and go from there. All right, so starting off with the repulsor truck. This is a modified Trask TA6Z speeder truck. And keep in mind, modified version of it. It's Walker scale. Length is 15 meters, has a crew of one can coordinated, automated versions equipped with a robo brain, stuff like that. We do have a repulsor lift skill for operation. Your standard, if you're just throwing it out there, is going to be a 3D. Let's see, cargo capacity is 25,000 kilograms. Full coverage, ground level, or ground to level 3 meters above the ground. Has a maneuverability of 1D, move of 70 kilometers an hour, or 200 kilometers an hour, I should say. I'm sorry. Body strength of 2D plus 1, and this can be found in the Galaxy Guide 1, A New Hope, page 91, the Dark Strider campaign, the adventure book, page 52, Twin Stars of Kira, page 42. And keep in mind, all of those are actual um, campaign source books. So it's not like we're going to get big write ups on these. So, when we look at it, it's going to be a little bit just the stats presented here. Now, the SpeederVan, this is a catering version of the SpeederVan, a Soro sub light van, looks like 4, catering van, speeder scale, repulsor lift operation, crew of 1, can hold up to 12 passengers or cargo. Now, cargo capacity is 1,000 kilograms, a much smaller vehicle than what we have in the truck. Full coverage, ground level up to 5 meters off the ground. Maneuverability is 0D. So more of a very civilian version instead of the modified version that we had up above. Has a move of 100 kilometers an hour and a body strength of 3D. Now keep in mind that is at speeder scale compared to our truck, which is at walker scale with a body strength is 2D plus 1. So our truck would be a 4D plus 1 in comparison to a 3D. So it is armored a little bit. Let's see. And this comes from the source book, Mission to Liana, page 51. And regrettably, I don't have a picture to go along with it. I really wish I did, but I just don't. We'll probably use the speeder truck picture. You know, it's always going to be up to interpretation. We could have a catering van where, it opens up on the side, much like what we think of a lot of the food trucks today. Stuff like that. It could be set up something in that order where it's got some storage for the foods and a couple uh, basic stoves or something like that, some burners to cook up whatever, and just park outside of businesses. It's just that this is the version that we have with catering van. It looks like it's more of a cargo, trying to set things up for some place or whatever. We can carry 12 people so that way we can get all of our staff to whatever location to cater to a party of some sort. So with that being said, thank you so very much for joining me today. It's wonderful having you here. It's a shorter video, but it is what it is. We'll go from there, and I will see you in the next video.